So in the previous video, we had done editing a skill, right? So now we're just gonna do the editing part, the delete part, and I think we should add a search box. We're just gonna edit on our index page, right? So for now, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna navigate to forms.py, right? Then I'm just gonna copy it from year to year. Then I'm just gonna remove this new and put edit like this. Um okay. I think we should get rid of this category here. And we're gonna remove it here also. Okay. I think this should be fine. So we need to navigate to views.py. And I don't need this new. I'm just gonna put edit. So we need to, I'm going to copy this, then paste it down here. Then define edit. And we're gonna need the skill ID if you're gonna edit skills in our web app. So here, right? Mm, I'm gonna say title because I'm gonna reuse this whole thing here. Gonna this whole thing here. So I'm gonna copy this title here. Then I think I'm just gonna copy everything. Let me just copy this whole thing here. So this is going to be edit skill. Um so we need to get rid of this one here, right? So we're just gonna have form.save. So we need to get rid of this commit equals to false here. Here, let's say comma instance. Instance needs to be skill, right? And let me just control D, control C this, then paste it here. So here when I say get object or for, right? So this is going to be skill, comma, pk is equal to pk, comma. So created by should be a request dot user like this. So right here we just want to get the skill, right? Use the using the ID, and the created by should be the user that's in the request. So this should be fine, right? So yeah, right. We don't need to have like skill is equals to form dot save. What we can just do is just say form dot save like this, and this works perfectly. So now we should be able to edit our skills inside our web app, right? And now we need to navigate to urls.py so we can add this to our urls. So let me just duplicate this. So this one here is going to be edit. So I need to import this. Okay. Hmm. Let's see. Okay. Let's open our terminal, right? So here I'm gonna say env // scripts / activate, right? Then here I'm gonna say cd skills. Then inside our skills folder, I'm gonna say python manage.py run server. Okay, so now we have our server running. So I'm just gonna control click this. Okay. So if we just click any of these skills listed here, right, we should navigate to our skills page. So let me just click which one should I click? Let me click this one. Oh, if you look at our URL here, right, we haven't added the navigation. So we need to go back to our text editor. Then index.html. Then right here. Okay. So here I'm gonna say URL, and this is going to be skills, and this year we should say pk is equal to skill dot id, like this. So let me go back to our browser and I'm gonna refresh this page. Okay, nice. So the current logged in user is not the one who created this skill, right? So we don't have the edit button here. So I'm just gonna go back. Let me press this one. Okay, so I'm press edit. Um, so we need to add the link also to this anchor button, to this anchor tag. So okay, let's navigate back to our text editor. Then we're gonna open skills.html, right? So here we need to look for, okay, here is our edit button, right? So this one is going to be, so here we're gonna say URL. Then here we're gonna say edit, and this one should be skill.id, like this. Okay, let's go back to our browser. Refresh. Okay. So now we have our edit screen, right? So we need to make sure that we get the information whenever we click the edit button. The skill information is passed on to this edit view, right? So I'm just gonna go back to here and go back to views.py. So here, can we just minimize this? I'm not gonna need it. Inside our new skill here, right? I'm gonna say instance is equals to skill, like this. Okay, so now we have our information, right? So in the set description, I'm just gonna do this, then save. Okay. So let's go back to our text editor. Right. Okay. So since we just copied and pasted everything here, right? We didn't change this. Let me just control Z, control D, control D. So this should be edit scale, and we need to import this like this. So let's go back to our browser. Okay. So now let's see if we fixed everything correctly. What seems to be the problem now? Okay. Let's go back to our text editor. And okay. So we need to add a forward slash here. And I'm gonna add another one here. Then control S like this. So now I'm gonna go back to our browser, and I'm just gonna hit back, refresh. Okay. Then save. Okay. Fine. So I need to check why we're not getting our description here. Right. So I'm gonna go back to um, our browser, then open skills.html. Okay, so this was spelled wrong. This should have an N here. Okay, so now we have our description here. So our editing button is working, right? So we need to work on our delete button. Right? So I'm just gonna navigate back to our text editor, then open skills.py. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna copy this, then paste it here. This one is going to be delete like this. Then let me go back to our URLs. Then I'm gonna duplicate this, then change this edit part to delete. So we haven't created this view yet, but I'm just gonna import it here anyways. So now let's navigate to views.py, then we can work on deleting our skills. So I'm gonna copy everything here. This is going to be delete like this. So we're gonna get rid of this title here. Then we need to get rid of everything in here. So let's leave this request here. Right. So I'm gonna control D this, then change it to what did we call our okay. Hold on for a minute. Um right. So let me just do this. Okay. So if we delete, let's say we open our skills, right, and we delete something, right, we should be returned to a screen where we can see all the skills that the current user created in the system, right? The current user that's logged in. So now we don't have that, right? So when we work on this delete view, right, we when we're done deleting, right, so for now I'm just gonna redirect it to this to the index page. But then after that, I'm gonna work on creating like let's say when you open Facebook, right? You're just gonna see like all the posts that you created. So I'm just gonna create that dashboard. So okay, for now I'm just gonna create the view, the delete view, then work on the dashboard. Then we're gonna test the delete functionality. Okay, so let's navigate back to our text editor, right? So here I'm just gonna say dashboard, Control D, put in quotes like this. So here, right, we're not gonna need all of this. So here when I say scale dot delete like this, then put parentheses here. So yeah, this one should be fine. So what we need to do now is create our dashboard. Then we do one thing, we're gonna need the dashboard.html. So for now, let's just create the view. So here I'm gonna say define dashboard like this. Then request. So here we're gonna need skills. Okay. So let me just copy this line here. I could have just copied this one, but okay, so let's just continue. Right? So now we don't need I'm just gonna say let me get rid of this. Right. Then we're gonna need this. So let's get rid of everything else in here. Like this. Right. So here I'm gonna say skill, right? Dot objects dot filter like this. So we're just gonna filter all the skills that we have in our database, right? Then we're just gonna take the ones that were created by the currently logged in user, right? So now we need to return this. So we're gonna say return render. So we're gonna render our template. So we haven't created this yet, but let's just do this. A request, comma. So here is going to be main / dashboard dot html like this. And then we're gonna pass in the skills that we're gonna get when we filter the whole created by the equals request dot user. So here is going to be skills. Then this is going to be skills. Then we're just gonna select everything here and put it in curly braces. So this means to be skills like this. So for us to view our dashboard, we should be logged in. So we need to copy and paste this decorator here. Like this. Okay. So now whenever we delete something, right, we're gonna be redirected to this dashboard. So from this view here, we're gonna be directed to this view here. So we need to add this inside our URLs. Let me save this. Okay. So let me just be like this. So we're not gonna need any PK here. So this one should be dashboard like this. And let's import this dashboard. Okay, so now we need to create the dashboard.html. So right here inside our main folder, dashboard.html like this. Okay. So let's copy everything inside our index.html. Then we're gonna paste it inside our dashboard.html. So we're just gonna get rid of categories. Then we need to change this from latest skills to my skills like this. Okay, we need to change this also. So this is going to be, let's say, dashboard. Uh, yeah, let's just use dashboard like this. Okay. So let's go to our browser and test the delete functionality. Okay. Missing one positional argument template name. Okay, so let's navigate back to our text editor. Let's open our views.py. Okay, delete. So this should be redirect like this. Okay, this should work. So let's refresh here. Okay, okay, so let's try deleting this one. Filter text no keyword arguments. Okay, so let's just go back to our text editor. Right. Um, here we should have a dot here. So let me just go and check if this is the issue. Okay, so now we have my skills and we don't have any skills in here. So let's try adding something. Um, name, category, unit of measure per hour. Let's leave the description empty. Price, let's put $17 an hour. Okay, so let's try deleting it. Okay, so now we don't have anything inside our skills page, right? So we've so we managed to edit, delete, and we've created my skills page, right? So now, right, let's just work on creating I don't know if we should. I'm thinking of putting it inside our index page, right? So that we don't have to create a separate search page, search view, right? So what I'm gonna do is okay, let me just click here. Okay, fine. So what I wanna do is I wanna put a search bar, like a search input here on top here. Then I'm gonna put a search button underneath here, so that whenever we search something, the information is just gonna be displayed down here, gonna be displayed here. All right. So that's what I'm thinking right now. So let's try doing that. If it doesn't look good, we're just gonna move the whole thing and put it on its own page. So let's open index.html, right? On top of these skills here, let me just put a comment. Search control D control /. So right here, I'm gonna put a div. These should be small caps. Okay, it's fine. So here I'm gonna say div, and I'm gonna give this div some padding, and I'm gonna set it to 4. Then We're gonna say margin uh margin top let's set it to 4 like this. So inside this div, right, I'm gonna put an h3 tag. So let me just copy this. So this is going to be search like this. Then underneath this h3 tag, I'm gonna put a form. So form just gonna action. We're just gonna send this to what's this, like this. So we're gonna say URL, yeah, index like this. And our method, we're just gonna say get like this. Um, so inside our form, we're gonna have input like this. So type is going to be text, and name is going to be query like this. Then value, we're gonna set it to query also. Okay. Then our placeholder, we're just gonna say search dot like this. Should we say search skill? Nah, let's just leave it like search dot. Then if you something better to put there as our placeholder, just do it. Then let's just give this some styling. So here when I say class, let me control B. Okay, fine. So width, let's just set it to 4. Then padding, we're gonna set it to 4. Then we're gonna give this a border, and we're gonna make it rounded. Excel margin bottom, we're gonna set it to 4 like this. So underneath this input, we need to put a button. So yeah, I'm gonna say button. So I'm gonna give this some styling. So width is going to be 4. And padding, uh, let's set it to 3, right? And text is going to be large. Then it's going to be white. Our font, we're gonna say semi bold. Then here we're gonna say BG Cayenne 500. Then we need to add the over effect here. So this is going to be BG Cayenne 700. So whenever we put our mouse there, it's gonna be darker. Then we need to make this button rounded like this. Okay. So let's go back to our browser and see how this looks. So we need to add some text here. So we're gonna say search like this. Let's go back to our browser, refresh. Okay. So our index page is looking okay. Yeah, this is looking good. So let's inspect it. Okay. So it's looking good on mobile also. So now we need to make sure that whenever we search here, right, the kind of skills that we'll be looking for are the ones that are gonna be displayed underneath here, right? So let's navigate back to our text editor, all right, and open views. Okay, so let's work on our index field, right? So inside our return render, right, we need to right here, right? We need to say let's let's set a comma here. Then here I'm gonna say query is equal to query like this. So control D and C here, right? So underneath these categories here, I'm gonna paste query here. So query is going to be request dot get dot get. So what are we getting from that? So we're gonna get query like this, right? So now what we're gonna do is, so if query like this, we're gonna say skills is equal to skills dot filter. So here we're gonna say kill, right? So what we need to do, right? I need to import this from Django models. So underneath here, I'm gonna say from Django dot db dot models import kill like this. So let's navigate back to our index field. So inside our filter function here, right, we're gonna say so inside this we're gonna say name, excuse me, name underscore I contains, then I'm gonna say query. So what this does, right? It's gonna search if name, right, inside the skill name. If we have anything, if we have the query inside the skill name, right? So we're gonna have ends here. So when I say or, so let me just copy this, then paste this and paste this. So here when I say description, then inside here when I say we can filter price also. So let me just open our models.py and look at our skill model. So we can use name category as a foreign key. This one is a foreign key. So okay, fine. I'm just gonna use name, description, and price. So let's go back to views.py and save this. So I believe our search functionality is working. So let me just go back to our browser and refresh. Right. So here I'm just gonna say A. Okay, so we have API development here. But let me just put a Z here because I don't think we have a Z. Okay, so we don't have a Z. So let's put web. Okay. So we've managed to work on our search functionality. We've created a dashboard. We've managed to delete skills, edit skills. So we're just gonna end this video here, right? Then in the next video, the final video, we're just gonna work on making sure that our users can communicate with each other. Yeah, that's it. So like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.